The meaning of yoga, to unite with one's higher self, can be achieved in many ways, and we will see that most yoga practices do not even include the postures which we in the West call yoga. Bhakti yoga is the yoga of devotion or divine love, where everything that we do, every act, is in the service of God. In Bhakti we become detached from the material world and seek to become totally absorbed in the Absolute. But this does not necessarily mean that we have to give up a modern way of living, as long as everything that we do is in the service of God and we become one with the true self. The yoga of knowledge is knowledge of the self, or the yoga of self-inquiry, where we ask the question, who am I? When we reach the higher levels of consciousness, then we become self-realized and understand fully who we are. Karma yoga is the yoga of service, and this is any kind of work which one gives for the betterment of society, life, the environment. It can be volunteer work or the giving of oneself wholeheartedly for the sake of giving and not for any reward. This does not mean that there cannot be reward for the work done, but the intent must be for the work and not for the payment or some type of reward. Then it ceases to become karma yoga. Hatha yoga is the only yoga which includes yogic postures and has been popularized in the West mainly by Iyengar. These practices have contributed enormously to the increase in popularity of yoga and have still maintained the aspects of yoga practice. I fear, though, that the many asana practices that have become popular will just become a fad, like so many other things have been in Western society in the past. It is the deeper principles of yoga and Ayurveda which make the practice a lifelong habit, not something that is picked up once in a while to fix a mental or physical problem. The 8 limbs of yoga combines all of the yogas mentioned above and is sometimes described as integral yoga or Ashtanga. Ashtanga means 8, so any practice which calls itself Ashtanga must include all the 8 steps to reach higher levels of consciousness and include regular meditation practice. This was the system described by Patanjali in the Yoga Sutras.